Are you able to see the screen, children? Are you able to
Yes,
see the
ma'am.
screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So good morning, children. Today we are going to start a new topic, chapter 1 of Mary Poppins East Wind. Okay. East Wind is your chapter name. Now, before going to the topic, let us see some new vocabulary which you come across in this chapter. Here are some new vocabulary. You have to know the meanings of these new words so that you can able to understand the chapter. Now let us see what is the first word you have here. Dilapidated. Dilapidated. What is the meaning? A state of disrepair. A state of disrepair. So something is in disrepair. So now lopsided. Second meaning is lopsided, with one side lower or smaller than the other. Two sides, if you take the two sides, one side will be smaller and the other will be big, no beta. That you have to tell lopsided. Curious, eager to know or learn something. Flung, throw forcefully. Something is thrown very forcefully. Okay. Bang, a sudden, loud, sharp voice. Sudden, loud, sharp noise. Terrific, of great size or amount. It may be a great size or it may be a large amount. Okay. Let us see some more. Uncertainly, with a lack of confidence. Sledge, move smoothly. Banisters, the structure formed by the uprights. The structure formed by the uprights and handrail at the side of staircase. Staircase means we have to go to the floor first or second floor, then we have the staircase, no matter steps we have to go, then the side handrail will be there, no, which takes us uprights. So that is called the banisters. Okay, steps which takes us upside. Bandana, it is a large colored handkerchief. It's a very beautiful, different colors will be there. Especially white spots are also available on that cloth. So that is called a bandana. Different types of colors will be available. Unwind, be undone after winding. Restrain, prevent from doing something. Prevent from doing something. Keep under control or within limits. Keep under control or within limits. Crimson, crimson of a rich deep red color inclining to purple. Rich deep red color. It should it is also known as a purple color. Purple color mix and it shows the red, rich red color, very deep red color. Okay. Next, ecstatically. Ecstatically cheering for the winning team. Any team is winning, then you are giving cheer, like you are encouraging them, you are giving claps to them. That is called as ecstatically. Next one, solemnly, in a formal and dignified manner. Smacking, strike typically with the palm on the hand and as a punishment. Cocking, very good or excellent. Astonishment, great surprise. draw up air audibly through the nose to detect a smell. Pavement, a path for pedestrians at the side of a road. So these are some new words you have and which you come across in this chapter. So here I am going to explain you the chapter 1, East Wind. Now, if you want to find Cherry Tree Lane, children, here the first there we are going to introduce the Cherry Tree Lane. Okay, so if you want to find Cherry Tree Lane, to whom you have to ask? All you have to do is ask the policeman at the crossroads. To whom you have to ask? When you are wherever the crossroads are there you have to ask to the policeman. He will push his helmet slightly to one side, scratch his head thoughtfully, and then he will point his huge white gloved finger and say, first to your right, second to your left, sharp right again, and you are there. So how the policeman is showing you the way to the Cherry Tree Lane? He is just pointing out his white gloved finger. Have you seen the traffic policemen? They will be wearing some gloves in their hand, yes, to cover their hands. And with those white color gloves, he is just pointing out and he is showing the way. First to your right, then second to your left, and sharp right again. And you are there. And sure enough, if you follow his direction exactly, you will be there, right in the middle of Cherry Tree Lane. Okay, children, if anyone is giving any address or showing us the direction, if we follow it correctly, then we will be in Cherry Tree Lane. Here now we have to follow the policeman and then we will be in Cherry Tree Lane. Middle of Cherry Tree Lane, where the houses run down one side and the park runs down the other. See, how's the Cherry Tree Lane? The one side there are houses and the other side park. And the cherry tree go dancing right down the middle. If you are looking for number 17, and it is more than likely that you will be, for this book is all about that particular house. Today we are going to know about the particular house. What is the number of the house? Number 17. Number 17 is the house which we are finding in Cherry Tree Lane. So today we are going to know about the number 17 house. The story is all about that particular house. You will very soon find it. To begin with, it is the smallest house in the lane. How is the house with a number 17 house? It's a very smallest house in the lane. And beside that, it is the only one that is rather dilapidated and needs a coat of paint. Dilapidated, see the word we have come across here, I have given in the meaning. Dilapidated, so it is a disrepair condition. It needs a coat of paint. The house needs a coat of paint. Painting should be done. But Mr. Banks, who owns it, said to Mrs. Banks that she could have either a nice, clean, comfortable house or 4 children, but not both, for he couldn't afford it. See? What is Mr. Bank is here in the house? There is a couple. There is a couple, Mr. Bank and Mrs. Bank. Both are living in that house. And what Mr. Bank is telling, he just said to the Mrs. Bank that if you want a comfortable house, then you can go for a nice, clean, comfortable house and no 4 children. If you want 4 children, then no comfortable house. I cannot afford both children plus new comfortable house. I could not afford it. And after Mrs. Bank had given the matter some considerations, he came to the conclusion that she would rather have Jane, who was the eldest, and Michael, who came next, and John and Barbara, who were twins and came last to all. How many children they have, beta, altogether? 4 children. What are their names? The number one, the first one is Jane, and the second child is Michael. 4 children. First one is Jane, the second one is Michael, and next 2 are twins. 2 are twins. Who are the 2? John and Barbara. So total how many children they have? 4 children. Yes, Vinmay, I'll give you chance. 4 children. So it was settled, and that was how the Banks family came to live at number 17 with Mrs. Brill to cook for them, and Ellen to lay the tables, and Robertson I to cut the lawn and clean the knives and polish the shoes. And as Mrs. Banks always said, to waste his time and my money. See, they came to that small little house with 4 children. And who are there with them in that house? Mrs. Brill, who used to cook food, Ellen, who used to lay table, and Robertson, who cut the lawn, means the gardening, and clean, cut the lawn and clean, then the knives, and polish the shoes. He is going to, Robertson I is going to cut the lawn, clean the knives, and then polish the shoes. And Mrs. Bank always said to waste his money and my money. She is wasting. See, how many members she want for the work? Yes, children. And Mr. Bank is, what he's telling? She's going to waste my money. And of course, beside this, there was Katy Nana, who doesn't really deserve to come into the book at all, because at the time I am speaking of, she had just left number 17. She had just left number 17 without a bye, your leave or a word of warning. And what am I to? Said Mr. Banks. Advertise, my dear, said Mr. Banks, putting on his shoes. And I wish Robertson I would go without a word of warning, for he has again polished one boot and left the other untouched. I shall look very lopsided. What is lopsided? One shoe he has polished and the other one he left it like that only. And what he's telling? He has to take care of that. Yes. And they are looking for a nanny. They are looking for a nanny to take care of the children. See, these many workers are there. Again, they are looking for a nanny. Then Mr. Bank said, how can we do this? Then Mrs. Bank, what she said? She just said that give an advertisement. Yes, children, you know, no, advertisement is the best source. No, we can give advertisement, then we can get some people may come for the job. Next, that said, Mr. Banks, is not of the least importance. You haven't told me what I am to do about Katy Nana. I don't see how you can do anything about her since she has disappeared, replies Mr. Banks. But if it were me, I should get somebody to put in the morning paper the news that Jane and Michael and John and Barbara Banks. See, Katy Nana was the previous servant who used to work there, and she just left, and she was disappeared. She has disappeared, and they want her come back. But how? So it is not possible. They were planning to give one more new advertisement, required the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage and at once. So what they are planning, because they want a nanny, best nanny. They want a best nanny for lowest wage. They want to give less salary. But best nanny, is it possible? For the less salary, any best nanny will come. They're planning for that. So possible wage and at once. Then I should wait and watch for the nannies to queue outside the front gate, and I should get very cross with them. So now they have started. They have given an advertisement. So many nannies came. They made a queue and they started checking them, asking necessary questions. Yes, and then making it necessary for me to give the policeman a shilling for putting him to so much trouble. So now they have started asking so many questions. Mr. Bank popped his head out of the window and looked down the lane to Admiral Boom's house at the corner. How is the house, beta? 17th number house is a very Admiral Boom's house. It's a very beautiful at the center of the lane. This was the grandest house in the lane, and the lane was very proud of it because it was built exactly like a ship. See, a very beautiful house they can see at the end of the lane, and the house is in the shape of ship. Very beautiful, no? Just listening is, yes, we can imagine the house in a shape of ship, how beautiful it is. Yes, and it's like a Admiral Booms, very beautiful. There was a flagstaff in the garden, and on the roof was a great weathercock shaped like a telescope. See, a very beautiful shaped telescope is also available, and there is a beautiful garden. Ha, said Mr. Banks, drawing in his head very quickly. Admiral telescope says east wind. And the telescope, what the telescope is saying? East wind. I thought as much there is frost in my bones. And he just went out. And then Mrs. Banks started asking questions to the nannies. Yes, she wants a new nanny for her house to take care of her 4 children. Jane, Michael, next, John and Barbara. She wants somebody to take care of these 4 children. He hadn't made much money that day. Well, Mr. Bank went off with his black bag, and Mrs. Banks went into the drawing room and sat there all day long, writing letters to the papers and begging them to send some nannies. Mrs. Bank is always back of Mr. Bank that she wants one nanny to take care of 4 children. Yes, children. Then what? The Mr. Bank went to the office and he started asking some of his employees to send one nanny to their house to take care of their children. Nanny to her at once as she was writing, and upstairs in the nursery, Jane and Michael watched in the window and wondered who would come. And these children, 2 are very small. They are twins. They are in the cradle. John and Barbara are very small. Now Jane and Michael, they are wondered that who will come as nanny, and they were sitting near the window and they were watching who will be our nanny. They were glad Katy Nana had gone, for they had never liked her. Jane and Michael, they never liked this Katy Nana. Who is Katy Nana? She was a previous nanny who used to take care of them, but now she is not there. She was disappeared. She has disappeared, and they are very happy that Katy Nana is not there, and they are going to get one new nanny for their home. They are very happy now. When the afternoon began to die, Die means what? Finish. It's the afternoon began to finish. Away behind the park, Mrs. Brill and Ellen came to give them their supper and the bath, the twins. Ellen, who is Ellen? Beta? Ellen and Mr. Brill. Mrs. Brill is a cook, and Ellen who used to lay the table. So the both ladies came. They came and they started giving supper to these children. Next, there he is, said my Michael, pointing suddenly to the shape that banged heavily against the gate. Jane peered through the gathering darkness. That not Daddy. They were sitting near the window and they are expecting the dad. We will also wait, no children. Evening when father will come, when he turns up from the office, what we will do? We'll wait near the door or near the window, and we'll just see whether he's coming or not. And they both are also sitting near the window and they're waiting for the dad. And just suddenly, the Jane has shown Michael. Michael has shown that see, dad. He is near the gate. Look at the dad. Then Jane went and he peeped out. Peeped means he was seeing. He was unable to see, but he's trying to see. But he's telling, that's not dad. What John said? What Jane said? Sorry, Jane. What Jane said? Is he dad? No. Hey, Michael, that's not dad. He's not our dad. Then who's that? They were started saying. They were very curious to see what is happening. Who will be the nanny? Very curious. We will also know who will be coming to our home, when they are coming, what they will do. We'll ask so many questions to our parents. Yes, like that only Jane and Michael were very curious. Curious means very excited to know who is coming as nanny, who is coming to take care of them. Is she good or bad? They doesn't know anything. They are just waiting. Then what happened? It was as though it had flung her first at the gate, waited for her to open it, and then lifted and thrown her bag and all at the front door. The watching children heard the terrific bang. See how one lady has entered the gate. What did she do first? She just flung, means she has thrown forcefully her gate. She has pushed the gate forcefully, opened the gate. She has pushed the gate forcefully, and then a very terrific bang. Terrific bang means what? But a very big, sudden, loud voice came. She had just thrown the bag in the front room, front door, near the front door, and she made a big sound. As she landed, the whole house shook. When she landed there, when she came there, what happened? Entire house started shaking. Entire house started shaking. How funny. I never seen that happens before, said Michael. What Michael said? Arey, what is this? The entire house started shook. It has, yes, whole house shook. This, I never seen this before. How can it happen? Let's go and see who it is, said Jan, and taking Michael's arm, she drew him away from the window through the nursery. The garden in front of their house, there is a small garden, so they have went there and they started seeing. From there, she always had a good view of anything what happened in the front hall. Presently, they saw their mother coming out of the drawing room with a visitor following her. Jane and Michael could see that the newcomer had shiny black hair. How's her appearance, beta? The lady who has come with a big noise, she has thrown her bag to the front door and she pushed the door. How is she? See, how is her entrance? Is it so funny? Anyone will enter like that? But she entered and entire house started shaking. Entire house shook. And now see how is her appearance? She has the shiny black hair. Okay, she's looking like a Dutch doll. She's looking like a doll. Okay, and with large feet and hands and blue eyes. Large feet, very tall lady. Very tall lady with blue eyes. Now, you will find that they are very nice children, Mr. Banks was saying. See, what Mrs. Bank is saying to that lady? She's telling that you don't be so panic, my dear. My children are very good. They are very nice. You are going to enjoy with them. Then Michael's elbow gave a sharp dig and Jane's ribs. Sharp dig means the elbow, this one, elbow. They were doing like this, shaking their shoulders up, and they don't know. Oh, we don't know who is she. They were shaking their elbow and ribs. Now about reference, Mrs. Bank went on. Oh, its rule never to give reference. But I thought it was usual. She said, okay, it's okay. Children are good. I will manage, she said. A very old-fashioned idea to my mind. Jane and Michael heard the stern voice say very old-fashioned, quite out of date, as you might say. What she say? What did she say, children? She said that very old-fashioned idea. They heard it and they couldn't understand what she was telling now. If there was one thing Mrs. Bank did not like, it was to be the thought old-fashioned. And Mrs. Bank also doesn't like that. What is this old fashioned? She was staring like this at whom? At that lady. And then certainly she followed Mrs. Banks upstairs, but not in the usual way. With her large bag in her hand, she slid gracefully up the banisters and arrived at the landing at the same time as Mrs. Banks. See, Mrs. Banks, no, she took this lady upstairs, beta. They both were going upstairs. How we will go? We will climb the stairs one by one, step by step. We will climb and we will reach the floor. But here, what she did, the lady, she went in a very different way. How did she go? She slid. She was sliding on the banisters, up the banisters. Sliding banister, that railing will be there, no, beta, side of the steps where we can slide. She took her bag in her hand and she was started sliding, and she reached at the same time when Mrs. Bank reached the upstairs. Both reached at the same time. Isn't it so funny? She was sliding on the banisters and she reached. As long I'm satisfied. Now, what is her? See, wiping her nose with a large red and white bandana handkerchief. What did she have in her hand? She had a large bandana kerchief. Now, just now I told you, what is the meaning of bandana? Bandana means a large colored handkerchief, with white color spots. Colored spots will be there. That is called a bandana kerchief. This is your new nurse. Now she is introducing to Jane and Michael. Hey, Jane, Michael, come here. She is your new nurse. She is our new nanny. Do you know who is she? She is Mary Poppins. Who is their new nanny, beta? Who is their new nanny? Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins. She has black, shiny hair, blue eyes, and large, thin hands and legs, arms, yes. And she is having a bag in her hand, and she has a handkerchief, bandana handkerchief, which she uses to clean her nose, rub. She was wiping her nose. Okay. Jane, Michael say, how do you do? And these, she waved her hand at the babies in their cots, are the twins. Jane and Michael immediately they have responded, hi Mary Poppins, how do you do? But she just waved her hand and she didn't say anything. She looked at the two twins who are there on the cot, in their cots, and she asked, are they twins? Then Mrs. Banks said, yes, they are twins. Then her mother said, Mrs. Banks said, Michael, don't be so naughty. Listen to your nurse. She is your new nurse. You have to follow her. And Michael doesn't like that words. Oh, we have to follow. He kept her face, a very typical face, and he just went out from there. For all the words, as Mrs. Bank said to her husband later, she said everything to the Mr. Bank, that how she has found a new nurse. Okay, and Mary Poppins is going to take care of their 4 children. Okay, children. Remaining story beta we'll discuss tomorrow. And now